What's going on, people? It's going to be a quick video. I know I always say that and it always ends up to be really long, but I'm going to make it as quick as I can because I haven't got time to be responding to all these things all the time. The last 2 weeks, you know, that clown world, public embarrassment, Athena, Mandy Mosley, or as we like to call her affectionately, Moneybags Mosley. These people have been attacking me and trying to divide the right wing for some reason. I'm not really sure why they're trying to do it, but I've got voice notes which I will be releasing of public embarrassment, saying that he wants to take down me, the right wing, and Tommy Robinson. But why would these people want to take down Tommy Robinson after in 2019 public embarrassment is a big fan? And now all of a sudden, the last few weeks, he isn't a fan. Anyway, yesterday and the day before, I've been up till 1 o'clock doing streams, trying to put people's minds at rest that the allegations against me, being a neo-Nazi and a FNAT and promoting all this and all types of things like that. So to put the allegations to bed, I did 2 live streams, one with Jupiter, one with Wendy Wu, which was yesterday. Yesterday's one I thought was productive, and same as the one the day before. This morning I wake up to Jupiter confirming, yes, we've got to stop listening to these faceless people. We've got to stop just not even looking into things and just putting it out there, and that type of stuff. As I said, it was quite a positive one. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you what she said. Alright, so here's the video from this morning. It's going to be a clip of it. The reason why it's a clip of it is because she took it down. I don't understand why. Why would you take down a video that is essentially saying, let's cut the rubbish? You know, I was wrong about one thing. Danny come to... He took account of himself, and you know, essentially everything's okay. A few hours later, oh no, everything changes. You see, these faceless people like Athena, who is Wendy Wu's mod, by the way, they all are Wendy Wu's mod. So we all know where it is coming from. So as they're all in contact with each other, and they're probably all colluding, I wouldn't put it past Wendy Wu and Jupiter actually trying to take down the right wing and Tommy Robinson the same way as public embarrassment is. And I'll get to that later because it's all in a chronological order. So after they've all probably spoken, it's speculation, but it doesn't take a genius to see. A video comes up, right? So this is Wendy Wu this morning doing a video, right? Here it is.
Excuse me, that is so rude. The daughters are saying she don't want to do it. You're taking her in to kill her. That is disgusting. 14 people got rushed to hospital. 14 children yesterday got rushed to hospital and they're in intensive care. Your daughter just said she don't want to go in there and you're pushing her in there. It is disgusting. Children.
So now what you're going to hear is Wendy Wu give a bit of commentary about it, right? And it's going to make you laugh.
Well, what can I say? Mr. Roscoe, if you'd been near any of my grandchildren and you'd come out with that, you'd have got punched, mate. You can't go around talking to ordinary people like that, you know. You can't go around making accusations. Apparently what happened to children who've been vaccinated.
Right, this person, right, is double vaccinated probably. We had a debate about COVID and she come to the agreement that if you've not been vaccinated, you should have the chance to have ivermectin, right? She's very passionate about vaccinations, and if she had seen me do this, she would have punched me in the face. Now, if that had happened, she would have been in a bit of trouble, because we all know that this isn't me. It doesn't take a genius to know this. And some of the allegations that were put to me was because somebody else is on a voice note or a recorded voice call, saying that he's going to punch up someone's kids or whatnot. Which, if these people think that that's me, I'm pretty damn sure that they need their ears tested for everything else, because that isn't me. So, getting back to it, so she wants to punch me for a video somebody else has done. Doesn't really make sense now, does it?
This is what I'm talking about, right? Just because he doesn't want his children to be vaccinated, he thinks...
No, I don't want my children to have a COVID-19 gene therapy injection. The children are all vaccinated.
He has a right to go around and scream at people who want their kids to be vaccinated.
How dare me not be going to this COVID-19 centre and not screaming and not even videoing? How dare me?
You know, the masses, those that don't know the left, the right,
Anyway, I'm bored of that now, right? Her voice is really, it aggravates me a little bit. So we all know that that's not me, right? We all know who it was. And even in the comments, it's like, that ain't even Danny. That's not even Danny. Like. No, we'll go to the comments later. Let's go and see what Jupiter says, because these two are thick as thieves. And then we've got Jupiter saying...
Wendy's video. I'm afraid to say I agree with her. Now, we had conversations on my show and on Wendy's show with Danny Roscoe, where he says he believes in freedom of choice. That would agree that people who choose to have the injection have the right to choose. Okay?
Again, her voice aggravates me as well. After doing probably 4.5 hours live streaming over 2 days. So Jupiter thinks it's me, which you all know it's not. Wendy agrees with Jupiter that it is me, that I don't do freedom of choice. Now, when Wendy Wu said to me, "You're an anti-vaxxer," I said, I'm not, I'm pro-choice. But at the same time as Jupiter saying, if it was me, I would be against pro-choice, well, I wouldn't be, because that child hasn't got a choice. The mother's dragging it in there. And then you're going to be like, but it's the mother's choice. And then I would counter that by saying that the government has lowered the Gillick competency. So it's her choice whether or not, if the child can go against the anti-vaxxer parent, then the child has the mental capacity to say, no, if my parent wants me to do it, I should have the choice. This is what the government did. This is what NHS have done, and they've lowered it. So in both occasions, it would be pro-choice, but also it's not me. So who's put it into your head that it is me? We go to some of the comments, right? Let's go to some of the comments. Here you go. Is the really good friend. Helps me a lot, you know? Speaks to me a lot. Would know it's me or not, you'd think. Wow, it's from Ginger Tony. What bullshit is this? I thought maybe there was a mistake and miscommunication on many people over the last few days. She knows what's been going on. Now this one takes the biscuit. It's an endless attack on Danny Roscoe. Well, from these clowns and the Faceless 3, yes, it is an attack. It is a direct attack. Now, what makes me now have to look into why are they doing this? And it can only come to one thing. We'll come to that again later. Let's finish off with this. Once again, it's filtered by bullshit. That's not Danny Roscoe. I know exactly who that is, but it ain't Danny Roscoe. I think we all know who it is because the person is very active. His voice is very distinctive. It's not like you're mixing something up and not very clear audio. It's so clear. And I had 4 hours with views over the last 2 days, so you should understand vowel sounds and how I project my voice. You'd think so. I think you need to go and take a good look at the people feeding you information to hate on Roscoe. Guaranteed it's the same people or soccer accounts, because that ain't Danny Roscoe. No more excuses. I can make up for you and dupes now, as you're too quick to hate on Danny R. It's like you so badly want it to be him. Absolutely pathetic attempt to discredit Danny with something else, but once again you got it wrong. Right, so this is from somebody who knows me, knows what I sound like, and obviously knows it ain't me. And again, why are they discrediting me? Why do they want to discredit me? Why do they want to try and take me away from a movement with Tommy Robinson in there? I can only think of one reason why, and I hate doing it. So I've got to think carefully about how it comes across, because I'm not one to play a victim. I'm not one to use them victim cards, the race cards or whatever. But you really sometimes you've got to be honest with a situation, and you got to see why. What other reasons could it be? Right. So we'll go to the Faceless one. We'll go to one of the Faceless ones, right? Because I've got a few bits to say about this one. So here's Athena. I've given more screenshots to Great Brit from 2019 DM with me and a prominent Jewish person personally thanking me for defending people when Tommy was jailed. Alright? This is Athena, the Faceless one. Make sure you get it to him to pass them to you dupes. I wish you were on Twitter. I have so much evidence. Who the hell does this Faceless one think she is? She has so much evidence. Her evidence, part of her evidence, right, is to latch on to anyone. She's latched on to Avi at the moment. Big shout to you, Avi. Avi Yemeni, you know, the great Australian Jewish journalist, former IDF soldier. But when people were attacking him at the weekend, saying that he spent most of his time in the military in jail, and when he wasn't in jail, he wasn't a very good soldier. But you never saw Athena come out and defend him. And that's another Jewish person. I believe the person, though, in the video is not Roscoe. It seems to be Smithy. However, anyone that is posting that is complicit and just as responsible in her opinion. Now, her opinion to most people doesn't mean anything. It's about as good as Antifa. And I'll tell you why. Because they don't show their face. She was at Belmarsh. She said, Danny, you wasn't at Belmarsh when we was all outside for Tommy. No, you're right, I wasn't. I'm a working class man. I don't have surplus money, so on times when I can't make things, I won't make things. If you're feeding all this information to Team Tommy, all this great information that you've been going around saying that you've done, then why wouldn't you have said, I'm Athena, I'm feeding you all the information to Team Tommy, who was there? And it's not like you wouldn't know who Team Tommy was, because you got to be feeding this information to one of them. You'd know at least who one of them was. But why didn't you show your face if you was at Belmarsh? Alright, cool. Maybe not Belmarsh. Alright. But Hearts of Oak, I was there. And you was there looking after Ricky Doolan. Because people were going to say stuff and blah, blah, blah. But when I saw the only people that would attack Ricky Doolan at the time because he had British Lives Matter, it would have been the BLM people. I didn't see anyone rushing to him or rushing around when BLM was in the crowd. So if you was there, why didn't you do your job? And again, why didn't you say to one of Team Tommy's, who was there, "Hi, I'm Athena, I've been feeding you information since 2019. I wonder why." So I think this is a response to it, but I'm not 100% sure. So it just says, it's from Tony again. "Why are you paranoid? You didn't say I sent stuff in you. I stated I could send stuff all day long, but to show Andy for what he is. And I think he does a fine job on that himself on his channel. But to be fair, I don't have nothing to prove, and nor does Danny R. After all, he went on, answered all the questions, but obviously you took offence, and yet you seem to have something to prove." I forgot to put the screenshot on the system, but it's literally after that one with Wendy Wu. He said, "Oh, you know, Dupe said we had a good bit of civil discourse here," and she basically, Athena, was like, "What's civil about dissing the Jewish people or whatnot?" Which didn't happen, or something to that extent. I can't remember, but I remember seeing it and thinking, it's all getting turned around to the Jewish community, and I don't understand why. But anyway, you've seen the rest of that. What else have we got? This one's from Hal Gower, who public embarrassment likes to call an old hag. Now, if he's so much for women and women's rights, like he says, calling someone an old hag, it's a bit embarrassing, really, isn't it? She says, "Not often I come on and comment, but when I do, you can assume that I'm pissed off. Stop with the bullshit. You don't advise, recommend, or have anything to do with Tommy or Team Tommy. Let's get that straight." Now, I don't know if people know who Hal Gower is, but she's a legend in the movement. She's been with Tommy from near enough as much as I'm aware from early on. Right, I can't say at the beginning because we know we're going to get the Athenas, the clowns, to try and see exactly what day it is and what date it was and try and discredit me. Let's just say early on, okay? She's one of the people that, you know, Tommy highly respects, and if anything was to go to Tommy, you could be sure that it's hell's going to see it at some point, right, before it gets there, just to make sure everything's cool. So if hell doesn't know you, or doesn't know you sending information, you know, you've got to wonder whether or not you're just a fantasist, a group of fantasists just going around thinking that you're something that you're not. And then when you see me, little old Danny R, coming out, doing my thing, and being able to work together with Tommy on a few things, being able to go and report a few of his court cases and you know, represent him at the racism debate when the black supremacists tried to call him a racist, which was quite important at the time because Black Lives Matter was already attacking him. And I got the opportunity with Luke as well. Luke came down, but I'm guessing these faceless people are a bit jealous of the situation. How is there saying, essentially, she doesn't know of yous giving any information, and it goes on, "Stop targeting Danny R for no reason whatsoever. You all sad muppets. You don't have the bollocks to put your face out there." Again, it all comes back to being faceless. But soon, if the tyranny of the government have their own way, they won't be able to do that anyway, because to get on these social media accounts, they're going to need to put their identification in. So, you know, with all lots of tyranny, there might be some silver linings, right? But what I've got to say to all of them, especially Jupiter and Wendy Wu, you can see the views for the last 2 weeks, you know, and then you see the views that I did. So when I go on there, I know your view count goes up, and I know that public embarrassment, he loves view counts, he loves subscribers, he loves view counts, because on that recording, which is actually on my Rumble, if anyone wants to go and see the debate, public embarrassment afterwards is like, oh, you saying you had 5,000 people here and you come into the movement on a lie and blah 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 blah. Because now I've spoken about I'm not a neo-Nazi or someone with patriotic alternative or any of them people. They're going down the Brexit route. Where was you in Brexit? What was you doing? You said this, that and the other. It's just pathetic. But this is showing you it's just an attack. That's all it is. It's an attack. These people are not to be trusted. So if you're speaking to certain people and they're assuming that they're the Amphinas, the Moneybags Mosleys, the clowns, the public embarrassments, I'd be very careful of even letting them into your organisation. And I know Official Voice, I know that you have him somewhere, you have public embarrassment somewhere in your movement. Let's just say he's a danger. He's gonna bring them all in and whatnot. So yeah, just reach out to me. You've got my details anyway. But I'm gonna put this down now because I'm never ever gonna come on their channels again, right? But they're not gonna get the view counts through me. They can go back to the black supremacists and all that. And they can go back to using racial words like the N word and whatnot. They can go back to do that because that's going to come out. But yous are, again, not white as snow. Public embarrassment, not as white as snow, is he? All you people are deflecting all your bad stuff and whatnot onto me. I doubt you'd be about with the movement because, well, if it was me, I'd be embarrassed. But you are with the embarrassment, so maybe that's all part and parcel of it. But if you do put any content of me out, I will copyright you. I don't care who it's going to come from. Whilst I'm on that as well, on the copyright issue, I want to big up Busker, right? Let's just look at this, right? He comes out every single protest, every Sunday, he is at Speaker's Corner with Hatlin. You know, and these are the good YouTubers. I'll put a link somewhere so you can click it. Busker in the Park or Busker Patriot, I'm not really sure. But he's one of the good ones. And just look at this. This is one of me, and it was just a random video to be fair. But this is, look, it's got 213,000 views on it. I just want to say thank you for being out there and showing the people, because obviously, you know, that 213's put me out there somewhat more. And also, he's always getting the news. He's always getting the good stuff. You know, there's K Media as well. There's a lot of people around that group that's around Busker that's actually doing really good stuff. And again, once you're doing the good stuff, once you're making stuff, and he's probably one of the highest viewed YouTubers at the moment on the right, I would possibly say. So once you get to that levels now, Busker, you need to be careful as well. And I know you've had the constant attacks from a lot of people. So yeah, just be careful of these people as well. But you're not stupid. You know exactly how certain people operate or whatnot. So yeah, so well done. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations to that. Whilst we on to media, I like this quote, so I'm gonna do it. Right, it's Malcolm X. The media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent. And that's power, because they control the minds of the masses. The press is so powerful in its image making role. He can make a criminal look like he's a victim, and then the victim look like they're the criminal. If you ain't careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing. Now, all media is media. It doesn't matter what media outlet it is. You know, YouTube is a media source. And these people are running around doing exactly what Malcolm X said, trying to make the innocent look guilty and the guilty look innocent. And I'll tell you why, right? I will tell you exactly why. These three amigos, the faceless ones, two of them claim to be Jewish. And they always come down to me to saying that, you know, Danny, you're an anti-Jew. Or, you know, we've got the Golders Green gate, where I said if you ask many people of Golders Green, they'd probably say that they're Jewish first and British second. If you was to say, if you was to ask them the question type of thing, then that's got back to everyone else to say that I said that no Jewish person is British, which is just ridiculous. So they're doing that on me, right? And they're defending their friend. So here we have Mr. Public Embarrassment putting this out onto some, I don't know where it was, to be fair. It's probably one of his 100 WhatsApp groups that he's got going on. It got sent to me, and here you go. Never forget the Jews did 9/11. And then the person saying, because of my media control, the stupid Goyim Americans after 15 years still have no idea my tribe did 9/11 to reduce their civil rights, create a Jewish police state, and to fight the endless wars for the greater of Israel. So this is why I'm saying that Moneybags Mosley and Athena probably are not Jewish, because they defend somebody who has this out. And then this has always come back to say this is fake news, this is propaganda or whatnot. So then we get to number 2, which would be this one. And again, they've said the bits that we can't see in the picture, namely at the top of the picture, is some more words to say that the government, something like the government we know are Nazis. But if you look at these bits here, this is the top. This is the picture that's come out. So if there's anything more of the picture, there was enough of Hitler to drag it down before you post it. And it says, fought to save the West from the filth that destroys us now. Now, I don't know what the filth will be, but if I'm going to make an assumption, if there's Hitler there, your last few, the last WhatsApp thing that's come to me, it's come to me on Telegram. That says about the Jews did 9/11. Now we've got something else. So let's assume it's Jewish people you're talking about who would be the filth. Because there's no police officers there. It's Adolf Hitler and his officers, and there's a few people doing the salutes, and he's put that out. We all know that is public embarrassment by the picture there, but yet they will say, like they did on the night, that this is fake because there's more to the picture. But if it was to say that the UK now is a Nazi state or whatnot, yeah, because people are just following orders and it's tyranny that we're living in. Okay, I can agree with that, but why would you have Hitler? You would have Churchill saying that we destroyed the Nazis only to have the Nazis to come back, or something of that effect. You wouldn't have this picture. It makes no sense. But Moneybags Mosley, Athena, the 2 Jewish people who say that they are Jewish, who try to abuse me because of their representation or they have said that they're Jewish. So why again would you defend public embarrassment after 2 pictures? I've got voice notes. There's voice notes out there. Him denying the Holocaust. His friend has said it on the Telegram. I remember you saying it to me. You did the Holocaust. He's been indoctrinated with Q, and now he's putting out a lot of strange, to be fair, a lot of strange pro-Jewish articles on his Telegram. It's like he's been told that everyone on the right dislikes Jewish people or something like that, because it makes no difference. Because to me, it makes no difference of what your religion is. There's more important things at play rather than subs and trying to call everyone anti-Semitic, to be fair, right? Because I know a lot of people on the right don't really care, and I know a lot of people wouldn't even know understand what the terms are, like anti-Semitic, like Zionism. So we've got the clown world supporting, what's been going on, and I just can't understand why. So now I'll show you the clown world. I'll show you. I'll show you. This is his YouTube avatar, and it's on plenty of other stuff. And as you can see, it's a green beret person there with a clown's face. Now, coming up to Remembrance Sunday, we have to remember, not just the people in the wars, everyone that's lost their life through service over, throughout the world, and we've lost one of our own quite recently. So it's really important that we don't have these people going under avatars of soldiers with clowns as their faces. It's like he's calling them clowns, and that's if I re-dissect what his original meaning is, or what his meaning was, or whatnot. But as you can see at the top, that's real soldiers. They're real Green Berets there. And the thing at the bottom, the photoshopped thing with the clown's face, that's just disrespectful. And do you know what is even more disrespectful? I could understand if it was someone who was British and they just didn't like the army or whatnot. You could say, do you know what? At the end of the day, you're wrong. But as being a British citizen, you got the right to do that. I guess I don't agree with it. I wouldn't never agree with it. Anyone doing that, to be fair. But that's what it is. So then it shows you the levels of contempt that you'd have for British people, to be fair. Anyway, that's about all I'm going to give to it, to be fair. But again, it's another day and it's another smear on me that's based on somebody else doing something, which is absolutely ridiculous. But when I can show and when I point out the people that they're defending are actually anti-Jewish, that's left under the carpet. That's gone. That's like swept away. Let's just attack Danny Roscoe. Let's attack Danny. Why could we attack Danny? And I've got to think about it. I do things with Tommy, and over time, it will change the narrative somewhat. It will start changing the narrative. People won't be so quick to call him a white supremacist or to call him a racist, because it would just be stupid. So why would a bunch of people, who the majority of them don't even show their faces, why would they want to take away the only black person that's A, changing the narrative for Tommy, and B, taking him out of public awareness for right-wing stuff? Why would you do that? Based upon lies. All the things that's been happening over the last few weeks or whatever has been lies, and I guarantee you now there's more lies that are going to come out, because they just can't help themselves. They just need to throw the net out and try to find something, and it's either down to racism or jealousy. Now, I don't understand it would be jealousy too much, maybe a little bit, maybe slightly, because me and Tommy, we do different things. We're on different objectives of the same type of mission. He does his thing very, very, very well, and I try to learn from what he's doing and do my thing a little bit as well as what he does. The fantasists that are going around just claiming X, Y, and Z, and it's ridiculous. Or the other side of it is they're racist. And I did say that, imagine these people not being these people. But these people don't show their faces. They don't come online. They don't do what they do because they believe that by being faceless, they can infiltrate a lot of stuff and they can do a lot of things. But to be fair, if I wasn't faceless online, I still wouldn't know the right stuff to infiltrate things that I don't care about or I'm not into. They've got a lot of links on Patriotic Alternative. They've got a lot of links on anything that they class as ethno-nationalist. Well, they're wrong a lot of time. Again, they throw things out and wait for the fish to come in. They've got to catch one right fit. They've got to catch one right fit. After all, it's a big net. They're throwing out a lot of accusations. So that's what they're doing. But you need to know the ins and outs of it. So it could as easily as it be who they say they are. It could as easily as well be a bunch of neo-Nazis trying to divide what we're doing because they actually want people to run towards them. They want that racist tagline, because once people are so tired, they'll just accept it, like what's going on in the scamdemic, what's been going on for the last 22 months. People are starting just to break down and say, well, you know what, I'll do it because I can't be bothered anymore, fighting too much. So maybe this bunch of neo-Nazis are saying, using the Jewish side as a protection, because they like to bring it up a lot. And of all my Jewish friends, I'm not even sure if I've heard them saying in a conversation, well, I'm Jewish. It's irrelevant to what they're doing and who they are, unless you ask them directly a religious question. You wouldn't just come out as a random, like what they do. So you just need to be careful. These attacks will keep coming, and I know what they want me to do. They either want the people around me to be like, well, do you know what, we got to get rid of Danny because look at all these problems that are coming. Even though each and every one of them are so ridiculous, it's easy to challenge. But then that's another thing. Is that it? Is it not they're jealous of me being around Tommy? If it's not that they're racist, maybe they just want me to be busy doing all this because they are the agents of the state. Imagine that. Imagine them being agents of the state, and they want to keep me busy to stop me trying to change the narrative, which then goes and everything ticks along how it used to be. They just want to keep me busy with all this, but I'm not going to get busy with it. They can say what they like from that on, right? I might chuck a few things out, might be bored, I might not have nothing to do, so I might address a few issues, but they're not going to get my time again, never. But I want everyone to look at it, especially this last one, and say, why would somebody who clearly can tell it's not me, who clearly can tell the voice is so different, why would they want to go out and say that it is me? And for anyone else out there in the movement that supports anyone, these people, Wendy Wu, Jupiter, Public Embarrassment, Clown World, Dina, Moneybags Mosley, these people are dangerous for the movement. And if you're getting sucked in to do live streams with them, if you're getting sucked in to do X, Y, and Z with these people, converse with them, it's not your interest they've got to heart. I can pretty much guarantee that. And I can pretty much guarantee the only thing that they want to do, take down Tommy, take me down, take the right wing down, and then maybe they'll reveal themselves as who they are, whatever they are. Who knows? It might be Antifa.